Trade unions going on strike was a common feature of life in 70s Britain. Successive Conservative administrations did a great deal to change that. But now there's a picket line in a quiet residential street in North London, outside the offices of the socialist newspaper, The Morning Star.
Essentially what it's about is my sacking as the editor of The Morning Star by the management committee of the People's Press Printing Society, which owns the paper.
And what reasons do they give for sacking it?
Gross industrial misconduct. The union has looked at all of the charges and has decided that they're all threadbare. The journalists in there regard it as a fit-up, and as a result of that, they voted overwhelmingly to come out on strike in my support.
After a couple of hours picketing, strangely enough, the strikers put away their banners and get to work.
As well as picketing the offices of the Morning Star, the workers of the paper have taken out what they hope will be a short-term let at some premises about 5 minutes walk away, and they're now producing their own paper called the Workers' Morning Star. Now, the first edition was a simple sheet like that. By issue 3, they're up to a proper newspaper, rather like the Morning Star itself, 8 pages, and suggesting that they may be digging in and preparing themselves for a long struggle.
Keep up the good work. I'll see you later.
Back at the offices of the original Morning Star, there is, of course, a distinct lack of journalists. But the support staff are still there, as is the chief executive.
This is an industrial matter, and it really is about who runs the paper, whether it is run by the journalists, whether it is run by external organizations, whoever they may be, or whether it's run by the elected management committee of a cooperative society.
The Morning Star was born as the Daily Worker on the 1st of January 1930 to reflect the views and concerns of the working class. It was banned briefly in 1940 after coming out in opposition to Britain's participation in the Second World War. But after the Soviet Union was invaded the following year, the ban was lifted, and the Morning Star has been published ever since, until this dispute. One of the Morning Star's most avid readers is the Labour Member of Parliament, Tony Benn. He's famous, some would say notorious, for his left-wing views. And he admires the Morning Star's often hard-hitting style.
It was always, to my knowledge, very accurate and very fair. I've often been criticised in it, but very often for good reason. And I found it a stimulating paper to read. The left in Britain is full of very, very highly principled people who are normally abused out of all existence by the regular press or ignored. And you do need to have access to what they're saying and thinking, because history, I think, in many cases will show they were right. So it's a very important paper to me, and I want to see it back on the streets.
Clearly, there are strong principles at stake in this dispute, but if it's not settled soon, there's a real danger that the left could lose its voice on British newsstands. Stephen DL, BBC News.
The future of the Morning Star. That's it.